So, hello, we're at week 4. So, we did the company. And if you still feel like you haven't really resonated with the company yet, I highly suggest going and getting Gary Young's book. You can get it off of youngliving.com in your virtual office and read that book. It's his biography, and it's going to really give you that passion and why we created this business, and why he does it and what sets him apart. And that really emotionally is what really gets people. Also, you can keep that book and pass it to your new members and have them borrow it and then give it back to you so they can gain that passion as they're going. It's a really good way to get people to really fall in love with the products through his story. We went through the experience, so becoming the product of the product. So think about this. If you like baseball, you think it's a cool sport, you've never played it, and you've watched it, you feel excited and you have excitement over it, and you can talk about it. But if you've actually been on the court or on the field and experienced a baseball game and it really gets you excited and really amped you up, then you're more likely to have a different experience. And actually using a product and getting that experience is kind of, there's a very big difference being that person, watching that person that's sitting on the field, waiting for that ball to come. The energy is very different. So same thing with like using a product. You can talk about them all you want, you can research them all you want, but you need to have emotional connection to this. And what does using the product help you to do? It helps you to gain a backbone for Young Living, basically. It helps you to literally have that energy that people can't knock you down with. We're always looking for that confidence to talk about things. So this is where you get the confidence from. You know that product works. You've experienced it in this way. So if somebody comes at you and says, well, I don't think that's going to work, but you know it does because you've used it, you have a more likelihood to convince or talk to that person a little bit more about it because you have an experience, because you can feel it, you can believe it, and you've experienced it, and you want them to understand, no, you're wrong. This is what it does. This is how I experienced it. This is how it happened with us. And that's what Young Living is about. The model is a networking model. So basically how you get paid, how you, what's going on with this, what is this company? It's just like when you, get hired in a business, you have to understand what the business is about, what their expectations are. So it's the same thing. Now we're going to the why. So why are you building a business? Why do you have any interest in doing this? And you're going to go to page. This part is really helpful for a lot of people because it really gets into the gut of this. So on page 39, and it just talks about your why. Why are you doing this? What are you interested in gaining? Why are you focusing on it? And it talks and has you go through some rating experiences, and then it asks you and prompts you to answer questions. So go through and answer those questions. And then I like this part because you can have all your energies, all your focus, your good intentions, but you have to have the understanding that there's a difference between having good intentions and acting on it. So this is the part that breaks you down because everybody has fears. Everybody has worries. Everybody panics about something. And you can be headstrong and have the best intentions, but you can just stand still and not do anything because of something that's holding you back. And that's normal. Our body and our mind and our soul want to stay in comfort zones, but it cannot decipher whether or not a comfort zone is the best option or if there's a better option. It just knows, hey, we are safe. So that is where you have to decide it's okay to find a new comfort zone. And all that means is something that your body finds familiar. That's all it is. But we naturally want to stay in that safe state. So that's what holds us back. So it's going to go through excuses. Yeah, it's going to be real bold in this part. It's going to go through the excuses and then how to talk about them, or, a different way of thinking with them. It's also going to go with ego. And it's interesting because this is so helpful throughout this business. It's not just for right there when you're feeling stumped, or maybe you had an interaction with somebody that didn't go well. You can go back and you can read this stuff and think about it and kind of refigure out where your brain is at and why you feel the way that you're feeling. This one's Chasing Rabbits, page 44. And that one's interesting because it just teaches you to hone in on something that you're really good at. just do it. Trying to do multiple businesses isn't going to help you because it's confusing. It may be good for the short run, but in the long run, you're going to get burned out. Comparison with insecurities and unmet goals, etc., and just figuring out what you need and keeping you motivated. And then that's basic. Well, actually, there's more. So then it's going to go into like you, focusing on you. So we're going to inspire you with these next pages. Page 46 is your core values. So what things are 5 top things that really work well for you and is yours. So like creativity, respect, intimacy, faith and spiritual, pick 5 of those. And then pick the things that you're good at, your natural gifts. You pick 3 of those. And then write down your vision statement. What do you want to offer for people? What do you want people to think of you? What if people think of Stephanie Krebs, what do I want them to think of? And then you're going to go through and you're going to plan to inspire others. So who are you looking to relate to? What makes you relatable to your people? What are your experiences? What do you have to bring to the table? Your skills, your abilities, your interests, and your passion. And then you go through, and she talks about creating your path. So literally making those processes so it's easy to talk about them, but also understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. I love this part. This is so amazing. It talks about the AFT, which is really, really great. And then the vision, making a visualization. And this is really awesome because it's literally going to go through and it's going to have you map everything out. So then when you're sitting there, you have your goals, you have what you're looking for, your why. You can talk to people really easily about it because it's already written out. If you write out things, it's going to be a lot easier to talk about and understand it and focus on and be motivated for it than if you just say, yeah, I want to do this business. Way different energy. We're digging deep because the deeper you dig, the deeper you're going to experience and the deeper you're going to have passion for it. And passion is what keeps you doing this. Your heart is what keeps you doing this. And this is a really, really important chapter. So, make sure if you haven't done all the other ones, you catch up. But this is week 4.